we talk about DC
Yeah.
and how they announce things too early. I'm a victim of that. I do that a lot. Like I announced, hey, I was going to do a Predator ranking video. Never did. But you know what a ranking video I could do now?
What?
Out of the blue?
What?
Men in Black. Because for whatever fucking reason, I saw that all 3 movies were on Netflix. So my wife and I were like, let's just watch the Men in Black
Why
trilogy.
not, right?
We had a free day. Might as well watch. Could watch it. She's like, which is so fucking funny because this just shows you how sometimes when there's some other thing, you can just revert to your comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we were like, because I was interested. I've never read the comic, but I was interested in.
Why do you think I watch Cheers over and over and over?
Well, and
Night Court.
dude, I've watched through like The Office like 4 times.
Yeah,
I've
we
watched,
have our comfort.
I'm pretty sure I've watched through New Girl like 3 times because I love New Girl.
You have a couple of shows you put on while you're doing like housework.
Right, I've watched How I Met Your
Background
Mother
noise,
a million
yeah.
times, but it was just
My
funny.
opinion of you dropped a couple points just there.
Yeah, well, I lost my train of thought.
You watch HIMYM? Oh fuck!
The fact you use the acronym, man. Hey, I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't fall off in the later seasons.
I know.
It
No,
does.
I'm not. Trust me, I'm definitely not show
I
shaming.
lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. No,
No, I was I got it back. It's back. But anyway, we were like, we should. I've never read the comic, but I was like, we were interested in like, should we watch Sandman? It's like, ooh, okay, yeah, we could.
Yeah.
It's 11 episodes, and they're at about an hour apiece. And
I've heard good things.
And we're like, who has time for that? And then I pick Men in Black 1. Wait, I will say this: these movies are short. These movies are not very long. It's get in, get out.
You remember when we did the two commentaries, and they're a crisp 90 minutes?
Dude,
these movies are like that too.
I didn't check the runtime of the first movie, but the second movie is an hour and 28 minutes. And the third movie is an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
they get right
breezes.
to it. They get right to it.
That's one of the things I love about the Raimi trilogy.
How neat that Luke Cage is Will Smith's dad.
I know. I noticed that today because I did. Well, also, another note. I love this franchise, but I did not see the first one in theaters, but I saw the second one and the third one both in theaters.
Okay.
Saw the third one in 3D, and because it was at that time
when everything was.
And it was in a small. I was in a small town theater that had like 3 screens, and like one of them was like, you can watch Men in Black, but you gotta watch it in 3D.
But you're gonna do it in 3D. You think we can afford 2 screens? Go fuck yourself.
We're not gonna run 2 screens of Men in Black.
This ain't California. This is Nebraska.
I also had to see at the same theater. I had to see fucking the first Avengers in 3D at midnight, and I was like, fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
My
3D gives me headaches.
My God.
Because I wear regular glasses anyway, so I
Yeah.
basically have to take my glass, or I have to put them on over my. Oh my God! Anyway.
I hate 3D.
Yeah.
No, but sitting there and I was like watching through this trilogy, and then I just remember how much I watched those first 2 movies as a kid. I watched them so much, and that first movie is still really good. That first movie still holds up.
Still great, yeah.
I like the second movie. I could see the criticisms of it.
I like it too.
Everybody hates that movie. I think it's fine.
I know, but I don't. I actually
The
enjoy
third
it.
movie-
The whole scene when he goes to the post office and gets him back, or is
Yeah,
that the third one?
That's the second one.
Yeah, the second one. That's hilarious. Fucking Bismarcky.
The ending to this third movie is
Bismarcky is rapping.
Well,
or is he
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is a rare occasion where I feel like if I were to rank them, it would go Men in Black 1, Men in Black 3, Men in Black 2. Because Men in Black 3...
But they're all pretty close.
The way that Men in Black 3 ties J to K this whole entire time
Yes.
is brilliant.
Right?
And the fact that...
Didn't even see it coming.
The fact that he kept his word to his dad and found him later in life and recruited him to be like, I'm taking you, I'm going to keep you safe. Like, that is so sweet and beautiful. Like, when I saw it in theaters, I teared up. When I watched it for the first time in like
and
5
Josh
or 6
Brolin
years, I
as young
teared up.
Tommy Lee Jones
He
is
nailed it.
fucking brilliant. And also,
Those movies
let's
are
not
so
forget
good.
about Jermaine Clement as the villain in that movie.
Yes.
Is from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
He's a great villain, dude. Great.
I liked how gross and weird his
Right?
character was.
Yeah.
The Boglodyte.
Listen here.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to talk with these fangs in my mouth. Like a weird Vincent Price. No, and the social commentary, like that's another thing again, going back and watching it as an adult, I realized how really smart that first movie especially is, where there's just subtleties that I never caught before.
Yeah, you guys didn't
Like-
realize. You've been
like-
being indoctrinated this whole time. You're
Like-
finally waking up.
Like when he's digging up the dirt and he goes, when do I get one of those flashy memory things? And then Tommy Lee Jones, when you grow up. And then Will Smith responds by rubbing his middle finger over his forehead. I never picked that up when I was younger, and then I saw it as I got old. But then there's a part where they go in to talk to the morgue, and they go, Tommy Lee Jones looks at fucking Will Smith and goes, Dr. White. And then Will Smith looks at him like, what the fuck? And then, like, there's just little things like that. And then there's, like, a part where you see Tommy Lee Jones become, like, a hard-nosed cop in front of Will Smith. Who's like, put down, you're a real piece of shit or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith's like taken aback by it, like, what the fuck? And, like, there's just so many things in that I really love. Especially
Honestly,
that first movie, dude. I feel like of the three is great. I was surprised coming out of that being like, wow, that the way they tie that all together. But like, that first movie is still fucking great.
Dude, the first movie, still one of the best sequences ever is the whole recruitment when he actually shows up.
Best of the best of the best.
The
sir.
whole, yeah,
With
you're all
honor.
like, man, I'm just like,
But when he
but
pulls
like
the table across
right,
the fucking,
that whole thing. But then the shootout where he's like just chilling and then he shoots the
Shoots the
girl.
Why-
Listen, man, that's not.
Well, let's give you my rip torn.
Yeah,
You explain to me why little Tiffany deserved to die. And he's just like,
he's just hanging out there doing his workout. You got little
he ain't
Tiffany
snarling.
here. Yeah, he got little.
He's sneezing.
He's sneezing.
And then, she's 8 years old, walking around with quantum physics
Yeah.
books. Those are way too advanced. for
Right,
her.
right,
And I probably appreciate if you got my back about it.
right. Dude, that
should I
whole
apologize?
sequence is actually pretty
Well,
good.
and then,
It's funny.
I
It's
just
Will
like-
Smith. Will Smith started out
No,
as a kind of comedic actor.
he's got so much charisma in those movies.
He does.
And
He's great.
Also, but the social commentary that kind of made me laugh in the second movie is they pull up the car and it's a dude sitting there that's the autopilot and they put him away.
Yeah.
And Kay is like, did that come standard now? He goes, yeah, it was a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over. And then as he's going to jump back in 1969, he's like, you got to do this right. Do not lose that device because you'll be stuck in 1969. I don't know if you know, it's not too great for your people. And then he gets pulled over by the cops after he steals a car. And he goes, you're just pulling me over just because I'm black doesn't mean I stole a car. And then he goes, well, I stole this one, but it's not because I'm black.
Right.
It's like little subtle, yeah. And the fact that there's a 10-year jump from Men in Black 2 to 3, and you could tell Tommy Lee Jones aged pretty because he was already super old in the other ones. He's like Morgan Freeman when I've only known him as an old man. That's all I've seen is him.
Have you seen him like in the 70s when he was like in his 30s and
He's a
40s?
hot dude.
No, he still looks pretty old.
Well, that's why they make the joke that
He's always had that kind of
they-
scowling,
they-
kind
they
of
make-
stern,
they-
that kind of makes him look older or makes him seem
By the way,
older.
if you've got some time to kill on a weekend, you can. It takes like 3 hours or 5 hours. You can knock out all 3 movies. If you're committed, you fucking piece of shit. But
if you can't do it all, then don't even
they
try.
make a joke about that in the third movie because Josh Brolin's technically supposed to be 29,
Yeah.
and they joke about that. He's like, Jesus, you got some mileage on you. You're like this at 29. So like they kind of play with that, but that trilogy, that was a pleasant surprise to go back and realize. Even as much as everybody hates the second movie, I still enjoy it. But yeah, But I was telling Ashley about this. What I don't understand is how they never could get it to work as a TV show, because they had an animated show. And then they tried to make a 4th movie with Men in Black International, and it was kind of whatever.
I've never seen it. I've heard that it was so disjointed and stupid.
Dude, you're not missing anything.
That's what I've heard.
I saw it. I watched it once randomly on a streaming service, and I was just like, whatever. And I was like, meh. It was meh. But like, I would totally dig. And granted, you wouldn't have the budget. And I will say this: of the 3, the CG shows its age a little bit in 1997, but they still had a lot of. They had a lot of props and practical effects in that 97 movie. 2002 really shows its age of the CG because some of the CG is egregious. And I get that it was 20 years ago.
Egregious.
2012. When you go from that to 2012, you're like, geez, that was bad. And there's still some shots in that movie that were like, meh. But no.
Actually, the bug creature at the end of the first one still holds up really well. The effects on that.
Well, yeah, and the first
big ass bug.
Mikey, the first alien they see, is mostly a puppet, and then when he runs and jumps, it's CG. And then it is kind of funny because you can kind of see they were not ready for that in '97 or whatever. But anyway,
97.
pleasantly surprised. But I'm just saying, it would be awesome to see like a Freak of the Week live action MIB movie. or TV show. Now you wouldn't have the budget. I mean, but if you can fucking slap that on a streaming service. Like you slap that on Netflix, MIB the series, I'd watch that. Call me, I'll write some shit. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe that fills a niche that I wish I had. But